Haboim. Welcome everyone. We're about to begin Be'ezras Hashem together on Daf Nun Hey Amud Aleph, starting with Daf Nun Dalet Amud Beis, 7 lines from the top. We learned that the Kohen Gadol, when he enters the Kodesh HaKadoshim, he enters from the Heichal on the southern side. From the outer curtain, he walks northward. When he gets to the inner curtain, he turns and walks southwards, adjacent to the inner curtain on his left side, until he gets to the Aron. When he gets to the Aron, so then he places his machta, that is filled with gacheles, with coals, and he puts it down between the badim of the Aron. Our Mishnah states when the Aron was taken into exile by Bavel, others learn it was Nignaz, so there nonetheless was a stone that was 3 etzbois from the ground, and he replaced the machta on that Evan. The Gemara comments on this Evan called Evan Shasiya. Says the Gemara, Tana bringing a brisa shemimeno hushdas ha'olam. From it, the world was founded. It was a foundational stone, the Evan Shasiya. The Gemara now brings a brisa with different opinions about where the world was created, and one opinion actually says it came as a result of HaKadosh Baruch Hu creating this stone, and then from this stone came out the rest of the world. Says the Brisa Tnan. First, the Brisa quotes and says, "Our Mishnah is command over Mitzion Nivra Ha'olam." Our Mishnah is like the opinion that says from Tzion, from this Evan Shasiya, the world was created. And now the following Brisa comments with the different opinions. The Tanya Rabbi Eliezer Oimer Oilam Me'emtzi Yisoy Nivra. The world was created from the center. In other words, from the center, then came forth, then outwards till the rest of the world was created. Shneimar says in the pasuk B'tzekes Ofar Lamutzach. Dirt was poured in the bedrock. Vergovim Yudubaku, and there were clumps that stuck to it, so to speak, as it then went outwards, filling up a creation of the world. Rabbi Yehoshua Oimer, Oilam minat tzdadim nivra. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world from what's called the tzdadim, from the different directions, and each 4 directions, then it was brought inwards. Shneimar says in the pasuk, Ki la sheleg yoymar havei oretz. To the sheleg, to the snow, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, there shall be land, oretz. V'geshem motar v'geshem metorois uzoi, and the rainfall will then bring about the land through the snow that HaKadosh Baruch Hu declares should be eretz. Rabbi Yitzchok Omar Even Yar HaKadosh Baruch Hu biyam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu threw kaviyachol a stone in the sea. Mimenu nishtas ha'olam. From there was the foundation of the rest of the world. Shneimar, as it says, Alma Adoneho Hadba'u. The pasuk says, on what did the Adonel, did HaKadosh Baruch Hu then cause to be sunken? Oi miyore even pinosa, and or what was who was the throne that was stone to be the foundation stone, the cornerstone? And this becomes our opinion in our Mishnah. Mitzion nivra, from Tzion, HaKadosh Baruch Hu then created the world. Shneimar says, Mizmor le'osov kel Elokim Hashem diber. HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke. The rest of the pasuk that's not quoted in our Gemara right now goes on to say, Vayikra eretz mimizrach shemesh ad mevoy. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu called the land that would then it would rise. The sun would rise until the sun would set. V'oimer, it says Mitzion Michlal Yoifi, teaching us Mimenu Muchlal Yof Yoishal Oilam. From there, the beauty of the world emanated. Tanya, the Gemara brings another brisa. Rabbi Eliezer Gadol Oimer Eila Toldos Shamayim V'Aretz Bihi Boram. The pasuk says these are the toldos of the Shamayim and the Aretz when HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. B'yoim also is Hashem Elokim Eretz V'Shamayim. In the day that Hashem created the Eretz, the heavens, and the earth. Toldos Shamayim, Mishamayim Nivru. The Toldos of Shamayim, referring to the stars, the moon, and the sun. All of that was created from the Shamayim. Told those ha'aretz me'eretz nivru, and all of the things that are on the ground, on the earth, was created from the ground, from the earth. Ve'chachamim eilu ve'eilu mitzion nivru. Whereas the Chachamim say, both these and those, all of those told us Shamayim va'aretz, they all came as a result of this place called Sion, the Even Shesiyah. Shneimar says, Mizmor la'osav kel Elokim, Hashem diber, Hashem spoke, vayikro aretz, mimizu Hashem ad mevoy, and he called it the land, from the rising of the sun to its setting. Voimer says, Mitzion michlal yoifi Elokim hofia, mimenu michlal yoifi shel olam. The Gemara now quotes our Mishnah as saying, once the Kohen Gadol then finished with the avodah of the Ketares, he came to the Kohen who was stirring the blood of the par. Not the lesadam mimi shemoraz boy. The Mishnah quotes the part of the Mishnah saying that the Kohen Gadol then takes the blood that was stirred, it shouldn't be coagulated, from the Kohen. And the Mishnah goes on to say that the Kohen Gadol, he sprinkles the blood lamala once and 7 times lamato, and he doesn't miskavein to be mazeh to then sprinkle not lamala, not lamato, ela kimatzrif. The Gemara asks right away, my kimatzlif. What is this referring to that he sprinkles kimatzlif? Says the Gemara, Machvei Rabbi Yehuda demonstrated on top of Nun Hey Amud Aleph, Kiminag Dana, like somebody who is administering lashes. The way he does it is he first gives the first set of lashes on the upper part of the back, and then he slowly goes down the back. Tana, the Gemara brings a following brisa, Keshu Mazeh, Eino Mazeh ala kapares, ele keneged oivyeho shel kapares. When he sprinkles the dam, the Kohen Gadol does not sprinkle on the kapares itself, rather on the thickness of the kapares, meaning in front of the kapares. Keshuhu mazeh, the Bryce goes on to say, lamala mitzadid yoda lamata. When he's mazeh lamala, so his hand is situated when the back of the hand is towards the ground. So he goes like this, in an upward motion. And when he is then sprinkling downwards, so then the back of his hands is facing upwards and his palm is downwards, as he then sprinkles 7 times below. So here the pasuk, the Bryce that's talking about lamala and lamata. So lamala corresponds to the pasuk that says me'al hakapar al pnei hakaparis, and the part that the Bryce says that it's going lamata, and which the Mishnah also mentions, that corresponds to when it says lifnei hakaparis. Ask the Gemara, Menohani Mili, from where do we know that's not actually sprinkled on the kaparis, but rather, as the Bryce has stated, the oivyeha, the thickness of the kaparis, meaning before, in front of the kaparis, but not on the kaparis. The Gemara now brings the following: Omar Rav Acha bar Yaakov, Omar Rabbi Zeira, Omar Kro. The pasuk says, "V'hizo oisoi ala kaparis, v'lifnei hakaparis." Here, in regards to the seir chatos, it says, I'll read you the entire verse. The verse says, "V'shochet es seir hachatos." The Kohen Gadol shechs the seir hachatos asher laom v'hevi es doimoi el mibeis laparoiches. He brings its blood to the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Ve'oses doimoi kasher oses l'dam hapar. And he does the same thing that he does with the dam of the par. V'hizo oisoi ala kapares v'lifnei hakapares. And he sprinkles it ala kapares and lifnei hakapares. Now the Gemara comments on these words. Ala kapares v'lifnei hakapares. Again, ala kapares is a reference to lamala, which is mentioned here in the Bryson as well as in the Mishnah. The lifnei hakapares is mentioned in the Bryson and the Mishnah as lamato. Lo yoimar lamato b'seir. Don't mention when it says lamata is referring to this seir. The loy tzorich because it's not necessary. The gomer mimata lepar. We can learn it already out from the par. Since it says explicitly in the verse by the par, it's 7 times lamata. So then we can learn from the par that the seir's sprinkling is also 7 times lamata. So then we have to understand what therefore is lifnei coming to teach. Says the Gemara. Lama nemar, why was it stated then? Lakushe al lifnei. To then make a comparison of al to lifnei. Again, al is referring to above, lifnei is before. To compare the above to the before, the al to the lifnei. How so? Mali lifnei de lav al. Just as lifnei doesn't mean upon it, but rather only before it. Af al de lav al. So to al does not mean upon it, but rather before it. The Gemara now challenges this. If you're going to learn from here that it means only before, but not actually on the kaparas, I can learn differently, because there's another pasuk that we had mentioned before, and I'll read this pasuk as well, because the pasuk says "V'lokach midam apar." In regards to the par, it says, "Take the par." Kohen Gadol takes the par, v'hiza be'etzboi al pnei kaparas, and he shall sprinkle it with his index finger on the kaparas, kedma, v'lifnei kaparas, and before the kaparas. Yazeh sheva pamim min adam be'etzboi. So the Gemara now challenges what we just said. You want to learn that al is learned out from lifnei, and just as lifnei doesn't mean on, but rather before, so to al doesn't mean on, but rather before, then adarabba, I'll bring that first passage that we just quoted to teach me the opposite. Lo yoyma lemala bepar de letzorich. Don't mention lemala de par, because that's not necessary. When you say lemala de par, that we can learn out from seir, the gomer memala de seir, which is explicit. Lama nema, therefore, why does it state al, which is referring to lemala? La kushe lifnei la'al, to make a comparison of lifnei to al. Ma'al mamish, just as al refers to mamish on, upon the kaparis, af lifnei al mamish, so too lifnei also refers to on the kaparis. So therefore this would imply that it does have to be then sprinkled on the kaparis. The Gemara asks, Hi mai, what is this type of limud? If you will say that we're going to learn out lamata disoir as a comparison, then it's very well. Why? The Gemara explains, because lamala de par mi boile, because then lamala de par we still need. As follows: Kedetana de Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov. The Tana Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov, al pnei akapares kedma. The passage that we just quoted before in regards to the par, it says al pnei akapares kedma. Ze bonaav. This is going to then teach us as a binyan av. Kol makom shenemar pnei eno elekodim. It always refers to the east when it says pnei. Elo. So therefore we have a need for this additional limud of al pnei akapares. Elo iamris lamala de par la kushe, but you want to learn out that lamala the par when it says al is a comparison, and therefore for that you wanted to suggest that is teaching me that it is dafka on the kaparis. That can't be, because lamata de seir lamai also. Why would I need lamata de seir? That I could already learn it out from the par. So therefore it would be superfluous. Rather, it's coming to teach, as we said before, that the sprinkling is going to be in front of the kaparas and not on the kaparas. And therefore, if it does get in the dam on the kaparas, it's still going to be kosher. But he does not aim, the Kohen Gadol, on the kaparas, because the actual sprinkling should be before, as we made the limud before, to say that just as lifnei, before does not mean on, so to al does not mean on, but rather before.